My wife handed me a folder. Just peek at this. It's what our divorce would look like. After 3 years of marriage, I opened it. She'd already filed everything. I said, interesting timing. Then I showed her my folder I'd been carrying, signed divorce papers from my lawyer filed a week earlier. When she realized I'd been planning my exit too. I, 35 male, am still processing what happened last Tuesday. 3 years married, together for 5 total. Thought we had a decent thing going. Turns out we were both planning our exits, just with very different strategies. My wife came home around 7 p.m. with this manila folder. Had this weird energy about her. Trying to look sad, but I caught this glint in her eye, like she was excited about something. Hey, can we talk? She said, sitting down at the kitchen table. I put down my phone. Sure, what's up? She slid the folder across. I want you to look at this. It's hard for me to say this out loud, so I thought maybe seeing it would help. Opened it. Divorce petition. Filed 3 days ago. My name, her name, case number, the whole deal. Supporting documents about asset division, her proposed settlement terms. She'd been thorough. So this is happening, I said. Kept my voice neutral. I mean, it doesn't have to be exactly like this, she said quickly. I just wanted to show you what it could look like. So we can discuss it like adults. No lawyers, no drama. Just us figuring out what's fair. Right? What's fair? She'd outlined keeping the house that I'd put the down payment on, half my retirement accounts, spousal support for 2 years, and the new SUV we'd bought 6 months ago. Her proposed split left me with my older sedan and maybe 30% of our assets. This seems very detailed for a hypothetical discussion, I said. Well, I wanted to be prepared, show you I'm serious about us handling this maturely. I nodded slowly, reached into my messenger bag that I'd set by the door when I came home, pulled out my own folder, set it on top of hers. Interesting timing, I said, because here's what our divorce actually looks like. Her face went confused, then pale. She opened my folder, filed 9 days ago. Served to her work address 4 days ago. She'd signed for it. I had the return receipt in the folder. She just hadn't opened it apparently, probably thought it was client documents or something. You already filed? Her voice cracked. Yeah, had my lawyer handle it properly, with legal service and everything. But I filed 3 days ago. And I filed 9 days ago. Guess we both had the same idea. Difference is, mine's actually moving through the system. Yours is gonna get kicked back as duplicate filing. She stared at the papers. Her hands were shaking. You've been planning this? Yep, about 2 months of planning actually. Getting my finances organized, documentation, finding a lawyer, the works. Why didn't you say anything? I almost laughed. Why didn't you say anything? You literally tried to ambush me with papers you'd already filed, pretending it was a hypothetical discussion. That's different. I was trying to be civil. By secretly filing and then presenting it as negotiable? That's not civil, that's manipulation. You wanted me to think we were still in the discussion phase while you'd already set everything in motion. She went quiet. I could see her brain working, trying to figure out her next move. What does your filing say? She asked. Standard equitable distribution. The house goes on the market, we split proceeds minus my down payment contribution. Retirement account split properly. No spousal support since we both work full-time and have similar incomes. You keep your car, I keep mine. That's not fair. Fair. I gave up opportunities for this marriage. What opportunities? You've had the same job the entire time we've been together. I'm the one who turned down the promotion that would have required relocation because you didn't want to move. Her face flushed red. You can't just... We need to discuss this. Nah, we're past that. You filed paperwork. I filed paperwork. Mine just happens to be first and legally proper. Your lawyer's gonna tell you the same thing. She stood up, grabbed her folder. This isn't over. My lawyer will fight this. Cool. Mine's already prepared for that. She stormed upstairs, heard the bedroom door slam. I ordered pizza and watched basketball. Weirdly calm about the whole thing. Around 11 p.m. she came back down. Eyes red from crying. Can we at least talk about why? She asked quietly. Why what? Why you wanna leave? I shrugged. Same reasons you do, probably. We're not happy, haven't been for a while. We're roommates who occasionally have obligatory sex. I'm tired of pretending. We could try counseling. You filed divorce papers. You don't file divorce papers if you want counseling. I thought I was being smart, getting ahead of it. Well, I was smarter and faster. She looked at me like she didn't know me. Maybe she didn't. Maybe I didn't know her either. Where do we go from here, she asked. We wait for the court date, follow the process. I'll be cordial. We'll split things fair, then we move on. She went back upstairs. I slept in the guest room. Been there ever since. Update 1, 4 days later. The entitlement kicked in fast. Real fast. Day after the folder incident, my wife called her sister. Within an hour, her sister showed up at our house. Didn't even knock, just used the spare key my wife had given her. Found me making breakfast. We need to talk, her sister said. Always with the we need to talk. About how you're screwing over my sister. I flipped my omelet. How am I screwing her over? This divorce. Filing first like some snake. She was trying to handle it maturely. She filed 3 days before showing me. I filed 9 days before showing her. Math isn't hard. She didn't serve you, though. She was going to discuss it. She literally filed legal paperwork with the court. That's not a discussion starter, that's a legal proceeding. She just wanted to control the narrative. Her sister got up in my face. You're going to make this right. You're going to withdraw your filing and let her papers go through. With her terms. I moved away from the stove, put distance between us. Nope, my filing stands. Tell her to get a good lawyer. You're being vindictive. I'm being practical. She made her move. I made mine. I was just quicker. She stormed out. Heard them talking in the driveway through the open window. Her sister was fired up. My wife was crying. Theatrics at their finest. Later that day, got a call from my wife's mother. This woman never liked me anyway. Thought her daughter married down. You need to stop this nonsense, she said. No greeting, just straight demands. Which nonsense? The divorce filing. Let my daughter's petition proceed. She has a right to protect herself. Protect herself from what? A marriage she also wanted to end? From you taking everything. Ma'am, I'm asking for equitable distribution. That's literally the fairest option. Your daughter wanted the house, my retirement money, spousal support, and the new car. Check her proposed terms. She deserves security. She has a job. She has her own retirement account. She'll get half the house proceeds. That is security. You're a selfish man, I always knew it. Cool, thanks for calling. Hung up. Blocked the number. That evening, my wife tried a different approach. Came to the guest room door, knocked softly. Can we please talk? Really talk? I opened the door. What's up? I've been thinking, maybe we're both being hasty. Maybe we should pause the filings. Try separation first. Why would I do that? Because maybe we're making a mistake. 3 years of marriage, 5 years together. That's worth fighting for, isn't it? You didn't think so. 3 days ago when you filed, I was scared. I thought you were going to leave me anyway, so I wanted to protect myself. Protect yourself by filing first and grabbing as much as possible? That's not fear, that's strategy. Please, can't we just hit pause? Go to counseling? Try to fix this? I looked at her. Really looked. Saw the calculation behind the tears. You talked to a lawyer today, didn't you? She blinked. What? Your lawyer told you that my filing takes precedence, that your petition is going to get dismissed as duplicate, that my terms are pretty standard, and a judge will probably approve them. So now you want to pause everything and work it out because your power play failed. Her face confirmed it. We're not pausing anything, I said. We're done. We both knew it. You just wanted to control how it ended. You're being cruel. I'm being realistic. See you in court. Closed the door. Heard her crying in the hallway. Felt bad for maybe 5 minutes. Then remembered her proposed settlement terms that would have left me broke and scrambling. Next morning, discovered she'd called my boss. Yeah, my boss. Got pulled into a meeting around 10 a.m. My manager looked uncomfortable. Hey, got a weird call yesterday? From your wife? My stomach dropped. What did she say? Something about you being under extreme stress, maybe not stable, suggested the company might want to keep an eye on you during this difficult time. She said I'm unstable? Not in those exact words, but implied it. Said you've been acting erratic, she's concerned about your judgment. I'm getting divorced, she's trying to mess with my job. My manager nodded. That's what I figured. Look, your work's been solid. No performance issues. But I had to document the call, you know? HR policy. I understand. For the record, I'm fine. The divorce is mutual. We're both moving on. She's just upset I filed first. Got it. Just keep me in the loop if things get weird, okay? Will do. She'd actually tried to sabotage my job. The entitlement was next level. That night, I changed the Wi-Fi password. Petty? Yeah. Satisfying? Absolutely. She came home to no internet, tried to connect, couldn't. What's wrong with the Wi-Fi? Change the password, it's under my account, I pay for it, get your own. Are you serious right now? Very. You call my boss, I changed the Wi-Fi password. Seems fair. I didn't call your boss to cause problems, I was genuinely concerned. Concerned I'm mentally unstable? That's what you told him. I didn't say that. He documented the call. Try again. She grabbed her phone, presumably to use data. You're being childish. You tried to damage my professional reputation. I cut off your streaming access. We're not equivalent. She went upstairs, slammed the door. Again, I ordered Chinese food, ate it while reading case law about divorce proceedings. Knowledge is power. Update 2. 2 weeks later. The legal proceedings started moving, and boy, did my wife get creative with her entitlement. First court date was mostly procedural. Judge acknowledged my filing as primary, dismissed her duplicate petition, set timeline for discovery and asset disclosure. Standard stuff. My wife's lawyer, this guy who looked like he advertised on bus benches, tried to argue for temporary support and exclusive use of the marital home. Judge shut it down since we both work full-time and have similar incomes, and there's no safety concerns. Outside the courthouse, her lawyer pulled me aside. My client's willing to settle. Split everything 50-50, no spousal support, clean break. That's basically what my petition says. Except she keeps the house. You take your equity out as cash. House needs to sell. Market's good right now. She doesn't want to move. Not my problem. We split the proceeds or we go to trial. Those are the options. He looked annoyed but nodded. I'll tell her. My wife was standing by her car, arms crossed, gave me this look like I'd betrayed her. The cognitive dissonance was impressive. That weekend, things escalated. I came home Friday night to find the locks changed. Yeah, she changed the locks on the house we both legally still own. Stood on the porch, called my lawyer. She answered immediately. She locked me out of the marital home. She what? Changed the locks. I can't get in. That's illegal. Call the police, non-emergency line, file a report. Did exactly that. Cops showed up, took my statement, called my wife. She came home 20 minutes later with her sister. Officers, I changed the locks for my safety, she told them. Safety from what, ma'am? The older cop asked. He's been hostile, aggressive. I felt threatened. Has he threatened you? Not explicitly, but the way he looks at me. The cop looked at me. Sir, have you made any threats? Nope. I've been sleeping in the guest room since we started divorce proceedings, kept to myself. Any physical altercations? None. He turned back to my wife. Ma'am, you can't lock your spouse out of the marital home without a court order. You need to provide him access. But I don't feel safe. Then file for a restraining order. Until then, he has legal right to be in the home. She had to give me the new key. Her sister was fuming, muttering about cops never protecting women. The drama was exhausting. Inside, I noticed stuff missing. My laptop from the home office, some important documents from the filing cabinet, my grandmother's silver watch from the bedroom dresser. Called my lawyer again. She took my stuff while I was locked out. Document everything. Take photos. We'll add it to the filing. Went through the whole house. My laptop, birth certificate, social security card, passport, and the watch were gone. Also noticed she'd gone through my desk drawers. Looking for what? I don't know. Texted her, where's my laptop and documents? Reply came fast. Safekeeping. You've been acting unstable. Didn't want you destroying evidence. Evidence of what? Whatever you're hiding. I screenshot the texts, sent them to my lawyer. Monday morning, my lawyer filed an emergency motion for return of property and added a paragraph about the lock-changing incident. We also filed for her to pay my legal fees related to this nonsense. My wife's response came through her bus bench lawyer. She claimed the laptop was marital property she had right to access, the documents were her copies of shared files, and the watch was gifted to the marriage. The watch was from my grandmother to me before I even met my wife. But sure, let's play this game. Court date got moved up for the emergency motion. Judge was not happy. Mrs., you changed locks on the marital home? For my safety, Your Honor. Did you file for a restraining order? No, but did you call the police about any threats or violence? No, but I felt. You felt, okay. And you removed Mr.'s personal property? It's marital property, Your Honor. His birth certificate is marital property? I was protecting important documents. Judge looked done. You will return all items immediately. The laptop, documents, and personal effects today. If you fail to do so, I will hold you in contempt. Do you understand? Yes, Your Honor. Small voice now. Furthermore, you will not change locks, remove property, or interfere with Mr.'s access to the home without a court order. The home will be listed for sale within 30 days. Parenth. Both parties will cooperate with showings. Am I clear? Yes, Your Honor. Good. Next court date is in 6 weeks for final hearing. Try not to do anything stupid before then. Outside the courthouse, my wife was in tears. Her sister and mother had shown up for support and were now raging at me. Her mother got right in my face. You're destroying her. Dragging her through court like a criminal. She locked me out and stole my stuff. I just enforced my rights. Your rights? What about her rights? She's terrified of you. Then she should file a restraining order, but she won't because there's no basis for one. Her sister jumped in. You're enjoying this. You like seeing her suffer. I'm indifferent to her feelings at this point. I just want the divorce finalized. You're heartless. I'm practical. There's a difference. They eventually left, but not before her mother declared I'd regret this and karma would get me. Whatever helps them sleep at night. Got my stuff back that evening. Laptop had clearly been searched, browser history viewed, files opened, my documents were photocopied. The watch was returned in a jewelry box I'd never seen before, probably one of hers. Changed all my passwords, again. Moved anything valuable to my car or safety deposit box. House went on the market the following week. Got offers immediately. Market was hot. My wife rejected the first 3 offers, claiming they were too low even though they were at or above asking. Her lawyer called mine. My client doesn't want to sell yet, she needs time to find a place. The judge ordered sale within 30 days. We have qualified offers, pick one. She wants more time. Not my problem. We're accepting the highest offer. She can oppose it in court if she wants, but the judge already ruled. We accepted an offer $15,000 over asking. Close date in 45 days. My wife was pissed but couldn't do anything about it. Update 3, 6 weeks later. Final. The final hearing was 3 days ago. Absolute circus. My wife showed up with her lawyer, her sister, her mother, and somehow her college roommate who I'd met exactly once. Like she needed an entourage for moral support or something. Judge went through the asset division. House sale was pending. Proceeds would be split 50-50 minus my documented down payment contribution, $45. Retirement accounts split per standard formula. We each keep our respective cars. Each pay our own legal fees since her shenanigans escalated costs for both sides. My wife's lawyer tried one last play. Your Honor, my client has significant emotional distress from this divorce. She's seeing a therapist twice a week. We request compensation for mental health costs. Judge looked skeptical. Divorce is stressful for everyone. That's not grounds for additional compensation. But Your Honor, the way Mr. handled this, filing secretly, serving her at work, forcing the house sale, it's been traumatic. He filed for divorce through proper legal channels. Nothing improper occurred. Motion denied. My wife started crying. Her sister put an arm around her. The theatrics continued. Anything else? The judge asked. Your Honor, my lawyer stood. We'd like to address the property removal and lock-changing incident. My client incurred $1,200 in legal fees addressing that situation. We request reimbursement. Judge flipped through papers. Mrs., you changed locks and removed property without authorization, correct? I was scared, Your Honor. But you filed no police reports, no restraining order requests, no documented evidence of threat. You simply didn't want him in the house. Yes. You owe Mr. $1,200 for legal fees related to that incident. Payment due within 30 days. Her lawyer whispered to her. She nodded, looking miserable. Anything else? The judge asked again. No, Your Honor, both lawyers said. Then I'm granting the divorce, effective immediately. Division of assets as outlined. Good luck to both of you. That was it. 3 years of marriage done in 40 minutes of court time. Walking out, my wife tried to stop me. Can we just talk for a minute? About what? About everything. How did we get here? We both wanted out. We both filed. I just did it first. I didn't actually want a divorce. I was protecting myself in case you left me. By filing divorce papers, that's not protection, that's action. I thought you were cheating. You were so distant. I wasn't cheating. I was just done. With the marriage, with the pretending. We could have worked on it. You filed papers before talking to me. That's not someone who wants to work on things. Her eyes filled with tears. Real ones this time, I think. I messed up. I got scared and did something stupid. Yeah, you did. Can't we just start over? Date again? See if there's anything left? I looked at her. The woman I'd married 3 years ago. The woman who'd tried to ambush me with divorce papers, then tried to manipulate the system when that failed. The woman who'd stolen my property, changed locks, called my boss, brought her family into it. No, I said simply. We're done. This was done before either of us filed papers. We were just both too stubborn to admit it. Please. The divorce is final. Move on. I am. Walked away. Her sister called after me. Something about being cold-hearted. Didn't turn around. The house closed 2 weeks ago. Split the proceeds like ordered. After my down payment was returned, we each got $87 from the equity. Not bad for 3 years. Signed the final paperwork yesterday. Marriage officially dissolved. All assets divided. No more court dates, no more lawyers, no more drama. My ex-wife, feels weird to say, moved in with her sister temporarily. Heard through mutual acquaintances she's struggling financially. Turns out she'd been living beyond her means, relying on the combined household income. Her sister's apartment is small, and apparently they're already fighting about space and expenses. Her mother's still telling anyone who'll listen that I stole her daughter's security and ruined her life. The narrative of me being the villain is strong in that family. Whatever. Not my circus anymore. The $1,200 in legal fees she owes me still hasn't been paid. My lawyer sent a demand letter. If she doesn't pay in the next week, we'll file a small claims case. At this point, it's the principal. Me, I'm doing okay. Rented a decent 1-bedroom apartment downtown. Smaller than the house, but actually cheaper overall. Been sleeping better. No more walking on eggshells, no more forced conversations over dinner, no more pretending everything's fine. Work's been good. My boss and I laughed about the unstable phone call after everything's settled. He said he gets at least 2 calls a year from divorcing spouses trying to cause problems. Corporate life, man. Saw my ex's college roommate at the grocery store last week. She actually apologized for showing up to court. Said my ex had painted this picture of me being controlling and abusive. But after watching the proceedings, she realized it was all BS. Appreciated the honesty, even if it was late. The thing about the whole folder situation that still gets me, we were both planning exits. Both ready to end it. The difference was she wanted to control the narrative. Make it look like she was the reasonable one, set terms that benefited her. She wanted to win the divorce. I just wanted out. Fair terms, clean break, move on. No games, no manipulation, just done. Her strategy was to file secretly, then present it as a discussion while having everything already in motion. Get me to agree to her terms thinking we were negotiating, when really she'd already pulled the trigger. Classic control move. She just didn't expect I'd already pulled it first. The look on her face when she opened my folder. That moment of realization that her whole plan was worthless. That's what I think about when I wonder if I handled things right. She tried to play me, and got played instead. Not by malice, just by timing. Could I have handled it differently? Maybe. Could have told her I was unhappy, suggested counseling, tried to work through things. But honestly, we were both so checked out that it would have just delayed the inevitable. She clearly felt the same way. Otherwise, why file papers at all? The entitlement throughout this whole thing has been wild, though. The idea that she could file first to gain advantage, then when that failed, suddenly wanna work things out. The lock changing, the property theft, the attempts to paint me as unstable. The constant victim narrative from her family. The refusal to accept that actions have consequences. She wanted a divorce on her terms. She got a divorce on equal terms. That's not cruelty, that's just reality. Do I regret the marriage? Parts of it were good. First year was pretty solid. But the last year was just slowly dying. both of us too proud or scared to admit it wasn't working. If anything, I regret not ending it sooner, not being honest about being unhappy. But I don't regret how I handled the divorce. She tried to manipulate the situation, I protected myself. She tried to play games, I played them better. She tried to control the narrative, I stuck to facts and legal process. At the end of the day, we both wanted out. The only difference was strategy, and mine worked. Now I'm 35, divorced, starting over. Could be worse. Could be stuck in a dead marriage, pretending to be happy, wondering what if. Or I could be the one who got ambushed by divorce papers with no preparation. That's scrambling to protect myself. Instead, I'm free. Assets protected, dignity intact, future open. That's enough for now.